Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to a special Saturday stream. I typically don't do Saturday streams, although I've been doing them a lot lately, so that's kind of doesn't make any sense. Um, but I typically do my streams on Friday nights with a group of guys, and every once in a while I'm fortunate to bring somebody on and I hope that it will entertain you guys and add some sort of value to coming into the Bobby Legs channel. Now, our guest today, he is also a fellow YouTuber. Yeah, he came into my radar earlier last year, and his videos are awesome, very entertaining. As a YouTuber doing wristwatch reviews, there's a lot of us, right? And so a lot of us kind of do the same thing, and I feel like I do my reviews, and you could see that it's very similar to other people, but there's a special few of us who can actually provide some entertainment and make it even that much more enjoyable. And I feel that way about Russ. He's so talented, and I'm so glad that he's able to make it on today's stream. And so I will introduce to you guys to the Mad Watch Collector, Russ. What's up, buddy?
Bobby Legs, I'm on the Bobby Legs show. Ha, ha, ha. I'm on the only YouTuber that's still got a Christmas tree up. Yeah.
Mrs. Legs promised me she was going to take down the ornaments. Now, look, I've explained this before to other people, but my job is just to chop down the tree and bring the tree in. Okay, she put all this. It is beautiful.
It is
And,
awesome.
And she feigns allowing me to have some input on it. I know really it's she puts it on herself. So when she wants to take it down, she can take it down. I'll pull it back.
Well, listen, yeah, I mean, you've only got 320 odd days to go. You might as well just keep it up there, Bobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it up there, mate.
Hey, look, I don't know if you've ever chopped down a Christmas tree before.
I've not, mate. No. I take mine down from the attic because it's not real, and it comes down. That's hard enough.
Right. No, but so we have. I don't know if you guys have it over there, but we have Christmas tree farms, right? Just like farms, instead of having cattle or vegetables or whatever, they just have rows and rows of Christmas trees.
Wow,
and
that's
so.
Special.
Yeah, it is. You go there with the family, you get dressed up because it's really, really cold. You walk a mile to finally find the tree that everybody could agree on, and then Daddy with the little hacksaw has to get on the ground and do this for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Homer Simpson do that in a Simpsons episode. Definitely did not go well.
Exactly like that. It's exactly.
That's a great tradition, though, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, we've done it. The kids really like it. And so it is kind of a nice tradition. We do it with our in-laws, and fortunately, the place is close to us. And look, I mean, as soon as I chop it down, you put it on this cart. You walk another mile to bring it back, and then they do. At least they wrap it up and put it on the car for you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And then and then I got to bring it down myself, and then get the big chainsaw out and just make sure it's really. I know, man. It's awesome. A city kid in the country now, man.
I love it.
I got all these tools. It's the best, man.
On that, Bobby, before we talk, I'm getting a little bit worried about your obsession with knives these days. I've got to admit.
What are you talking about?
Watch out there, Bobby.
Spyderco Power 3.
Look at that. Bobby, I tell you what, in England, you only collect a knife if you're A, in a family that hunts, or B, if you have a criminal record. That's pretty much that in England. I don't know if it's different for most people in England, but I'm scared of knives, man. My granddad had a letter opener, and I was scared of that.
Well, here's the thing. So this is crazy. It's crazy, right? I mean, I'll just preface everything that we say today as it's crazy. So I grew up in a city all my life. I was I was a Boy Scout. Did you guys have Boy Scout?
I was a Cub Scout.
Yeah, yeah. So I had one of those little Swiss Army knives.
Yeah. We all I had one of those.
And so I never even thought about knives. The problem is I get into this hobby. and a lot of watch guys are also knife guys. And
Yeah.
then I have 3.5 acres. I got to maintain it. And there's
Yeah.
instances where I was like, oh, wow, I could use a knife. But the
Yeah.
thing with knives is like once you get one, now it's like you get a couple. And you can get really good knives for a lot less than watches. I mean, you could spend a lot of money on knives, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just fun then to start collecting. And then you go through the
Yeah.
motions. Like you go through your SKX phase, and then you go
Well,
through your Hamilton phase,
yeah.
right? Until you
I mean,
find one.
when I'm watching your unboxing, and when I have a dive watch, I'm twisting that bezel, and
Yeah.
you're just flicking that knife out. Oh, that's a good action. That's a good action. Oh, that's a good action.
And the best part
And
is I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have no idea.
well, you know, yeah,
I mean,
that's all. That's
I
fine.
don't know what metal this is. This is like crew wear. I
That
don't know.
is
It's black. It's cool
that is
and it's
special.
sharp. You know.
It's a
And
special knife.
yeah, my wife is not too thrilled about that. Let's say, Russell, before we get started, let's say hello to some people. We got Riss Royce here,
Hello, my friend
Roscoe,
Roscoe. Nice to see you.
Ken Spear from
Big Ken's here.
Milo,
Yes.
my man.
Nice to see you.
Benjamin's
Benjamin
here.
Phoenix. I love America.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah.
Josh.
Josh, you know Josh, right?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Mike from
I
Canada.
love Canada. I love Canadians. I love
Young
it.
Excellency. I love Young Excellency. I'm an underachiever as well, an achievement watch collector. How you doing,
That
Daniel?
is absolutely true.
Bruce for Blue Shirt Buddha. How are you? Penny, All in Her Movements. Russell, if you haven't checked out Penny's channel, please do so. She is awesome. She's got a
That
great
looks
collection.
oh
Yeah.
my god. That's pretty special.
Orange
Very cool.
Hand. Random
Cool.
Rob checking in here.
Oh, the big random Rob. Here he is.
Watch, wait, get to see. So, okay. All right. Get your watch out. What are you
Whoa.
wearing on wrist? And I
Well,
think I
listen.
know.
Yeah. I could not do this show without the old Black Bay 58.
Yeah, let's get you in there.
There he is. Yeah, I mean, I just absolutely love this watch. I'm a traditionalist at heart. I love it's a true homage, done perfectly well. It's like homage, inspiration from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and they've made a watch that is its own thing as well, and I just love it, Bobby. I love it.
And I'm with you, man. In solidarity, I am wearing mine, and I got this on this
Very nice.
brown strap. I feel like that you got some people saying, "Oh no, you cannot put a leather strap on a diver." I think those days are over. I think tattoos in a workplace is acceptable. I think with some watches, especially this one, you can put a brown leather strap on this one and get away with it. I mean, is it really a diver? I mean, I know it's got the looks of it, but is it?
Well, what I would say is that bezel action, Bobby, is one of the best actions ever. And I don't know if it accentuates the click because it's only 60 clicks, where a lot of people say it should be 120, but I think it's done by ball bearings, but oh my God, the bezel. I do love a bezel, Bobby. And, this is amazing.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the 58. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about. So have you ever had a Tudor before? Because I haven't. Have you ever had a Tudor before?
No, I haven't had a Tudor. They scared me off a little bit. The Black Bay, I love Black Bays, but I tried on a Black Bay Heritage, just the normal Black Bay that came out in 2012 or something, which was one of the first ones. And the case was I've got a very tiny wrist. I've got a 6.5-inch wrist, and the thickness of it, the size of the watch, it just scared me off a little bit, and Steve Papper, I think he's a new follower, Steve Papper, on my Instagram and YouTube. A pleasure, my friend. When this thing came out, I just knew that I would eventually get there and have it. But for Tudor, I'm a massive Rolex fan. I come from Rolex. I'm a tennis coach, So I played a lot of tennis when I was young, and Rolex was quite big because it was marketed really well at Wimbledon and things like that. And then from Rolex, I found Tudor, and Tudor for me has this link to English heritage. You
Yeah.
know, the Tudor Rose, and
Yeah.
and I just have a connection with Tudor, maybe a little bit more than Rolex, but I haven't had a Rolex Tudor before, and I tried on the Black Bay. It was too big, but I knew if I tried on that 39mm, that
Yeah.
58, it would just sweet. It would be amazing.
It's just a classic size, and I gotta say, you know, when so I had collected, I was collecting years ago. I stopped collecting for a while, and then I got back into it probably just before the Black Bay 58 came out and Basel
Yeah,
World in 2018. And
yeah,
the way I felt about Tudor, I hated the snowflake hands. I don't know. It just I couldn't take it. I just
yeah,
didn't want anything part of it. I didn't
yeah,
realize I didn't know much about Tudor either. So I thought it was just a Rolex knockoff. Really, I didn't realize
yeah,
the
yeah,
history.
yeah,
I just didn't know. I didn't care to research at the time. I wasn't that into it.
yeah,
And then I saw that release, and it almost happened it was so quick. It was like a light switch. It really, really, it was one of those moments like a light switch. It just turned, and I just became obsessed with the snowflake hands, man.
yeah, yeah.
And I knew,
Well,
just like how you had that feeling, I knew that I was going to get that watch eventually, and I got it, and it has had so much meaning when I got it, where I got it, leading up
yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
That
your story is very sentimental to you, and
yeah,
I can't see that watch ever leaving you now, my friend.
no, no, and it's never even been a thought, and like I know I could probably get my money back and maybe get a
The
couple other
Blue Bay,
watches.
on the other hand,
Yeah,
the Blue Bay.
I
See you
know.
later. See you later.
Well,
Huh?
I was
Talk to
so
me.
yeah, yeah. So like I was really excited when I saw it, right? I thought
Yeah,
that this was great. I thought, but Tudor was listening to their fan base. They had been clamoring the year before for
yeah,
another variation. They got the P01. They wanted a
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Submariner. If that wasn't good enough, they wanted another variation of Black Bay 58. They got it, right. They
yeah,
got
yeah,
the blue,
yeah,
and I loved it, and I did like it. But it was after a while, it was just like, okay, this is kind of redundant in the collection. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And it just didn't make any sense. And I struck when the iron was hot. I was able to get my money back on it, and
It's
I
good.
got a couple of the watches. But it's not about the money, right? But
No.
it was a nice side effect. Here's the thing. I think what is going against the blue Blade 58 blue, and why it kind of lost some steam, or a lot of steam.
Yeah,
They should have never called it the Blue Bay 58 and Black Bay 58. You know what I mean? Like that. This is a 58. This is a
yeah,
homage to a 1958, a watch from
yeah,
1958, right?
yeah, yeah,
Maybe just as simple as calling it a different name, because the sizing, Russell, you know it. That
yeah,
39 millimeter, that 47 millimeter lug to lug,
yeah,
just under 12 millimeter case
yeah,
thickness. It is perfect for a guy with a wrist 6.5 minus 6 3/4. It's
yeah,
just a perfect watch,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know that there's going to be more colors coming out as well with that movement.
absolutely.
What is it? The MT5402. I mean, you're not going to spend all the money on a movement like that and just come up with two watches. Bobby, you imagine a GMT with these sizes.
Well,
Oh my! What do you reckon?
so I would rather see. I mean, I think that's eventually going to happen. I think
Yeah.
it's going to take a while because they don't want to cannibalize the 41.
No, of
The
course.
41 has
Yeah.
had so many issues. They're going to have to fix that date switch, the date turnover issue that they have.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think, going to your point about the size of the original, that's such a big size, and for a travel watch, man, I don't want something that big. I mean, I tried on
Yeah.
the regular Black Bay 58 Black Bay with the same dimensions, and it was fine for me. I could handle it, but I don't, man, I
Yeah.
want to be. That's why I like my Zen. I had an 856 Zen for
Yeah.
travel
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Very discreet. I don't think they're going to come out with a GMT anytime soon, because they're going to kind of
No.
they want to fix that issue with the 41. But I would love to see a burgundy dial. Why not
Oh,
on the
yes,
58?
yes, yes.
Why
Yeah.
not?
No reason why not. There's no reason why not either, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Rolex is getting a little risque with their Oyster Perpetuals with the pastel colors that they're coming out with. Maybe that's something that Tudor can experiment too with. I know they're kind of like going their separate ways here. Tudor's trying to
Yeah.
make more of a name for itself. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean Tudor with the Tudor Ranger and the Tudor what's the North Flag and those sorts of watches. They've always been the ones that push the envelope a little bit. That god awful watch they came out with last year or the year before, I can't remember what it
B01.
was. Yeah, the B01. I mean that was not what everyone wanted, obviously, but
Right.
they're a company that are allowed to make those possible mistakes, where Rolex, they don't make mistakes and they hardly change anything.
Right.
But when they do change very little things, it is huge news. It's just mega news. But yeah, so Big Average Joe, it is my bedtime. It's definitely
Yeah.
time to put the moisturizer on and put the old, definitely, my
Speaking of
friend.
moisturizer, okay. I don't know if you've
We're only quickly talking about it. We can move on straight away, Bobby. That's fine.
So I get a lot of feedback on my videos about my hands, right? My hands
Oh yeah,
are very,
yeah.
very dry.
I
And
remember. Yeah, I remember. You had a plaster on a couple of shows. You said, and you apologised for your hands. We're men. We're men,
no,
for God's sake. Come on.
exactly. Exactly.
Come on.
Anyway,
You're outside in the yard chopping wood down.
25 degrees and I've been chopping
Yeah.
wood for an hour and a half. Come
I mean,
on.
God. Listen, don't take any rubbish from them, Bobby. We all know. We all know that you're working hard. Out in the yard.
Thank you. But please do recommend some lotion. What are you using?
Whatever I find in the wife's section of the cabinet, I say,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's very nice.
I'm
But I
on a
won't say anything.
strict hand lotion protocol from now on. I promise. I promise you guys. So okay, so we talked about our love for the Black Bay 58.
Absolutely.
Slightly, we very quickly talked about lotion. We'll put that to the side here. Um, Now, I love having guys like you on because it's not just about look. We're going to talk about some watches and what we think.
Yeah, yeah,
Fine,
yeah. Of course.
but I want to know a little bit more about the Mad Watch Collector. Now, I started my channel probably at the end of October in 2019. So pre-pandemic, pre-quarantine, before we really even knew what was going on.
Yeah.
I for a year or so, or maybe even longer, I was like, I just want to start a channel. I just want to start it,
That's
and just
cool.
never did it until I did it, right? Until I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, screw
Yeah.
it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
What motivated you to start your channel?
Well, obviously, I was very much into watches. Obviously, and I watch a lot of YouTube, particularly when I'm about to purchase a watch. The reviews are really good to have to watch. I did think, however, that most reviews I was watching was quite one-dimensional, two-dimensional.
Mhm.
There's only so many reviewers that I can not trust, but I can, I'm fully on board with what you're saying, and also keeps my attention towards the back end of shows, and I thought, what I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know stuff like these guys. I can have a go at this, and it was lockdown one
Mhm.
that I thought, right, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to put the camera on, and I'm going to talk a load of rubbish about dive watches, and let's see what happens. And the first shows are awful, but
Right.
you got to start. You got to start to get better.
Mhm.
So I knew that was the one thing. And then I did a lot of research on YouTube creators and doing YouTube and things like that, and what you should do and how you should do it. So it was lockdown one that really pushed me, and out of pure boredom and a little bit of frustration, that I felt like I could add something to the watch community.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought I could do something slightly different, I could entertain. I wanted to take someone away for 10 minutes, make them smile, make them cry, make them informed, and then come out of the back end of the show thinking, that was quite good, and then go about your days. That was pretty much it, Bobby, really. And I've had that mantra every time I click record on the camera, So why am I doing this? Am I doing something a bit different? Am I bringing something good to someone's life around the world? That's what and it's quite a big thing to think about, but even for watches. But one thing that I've found, Bobby, is the watch community, the YouTubers, the guys that are enthusiasts, the big hobbyists, the collectors. The majority of them. There we go. There's one, Josh. He's a top guy. It's just amazing people, amazing people.
Absolutely.
And if I hadn't have done YouTube, Bobby, I wouldn't have met the likes of you and spoken to the likes of you and the here we go, Big Joe, Average Joe, top guys like Average Joe, from Philadelphia. I would never have met these guys. The Random Rob, I would never have imagined to speak to guys like this. So I'm just incredibly humbled by not only the fellow YouTubers and how nice they all are, but how embracing the watch community are on the YouTube. I don't know if you feel the same, Bobby.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like when I started, and I started with like a state of collection video, right, for my first video, and then review videos of the watches I already had. That's how I started. I never imagined the community, the people that I've met. And it's only been maybe like a year and 3 months that that I've started doing this, and the friendships that I've made. I start getting into watches again, start doing YouTube. I almost immediately reconnect with a friend of mine from college who we're both into watches.
Is he your one that he's the guy that stops you?
My consigliere, yeah, he's my consigliere, and then and then I meet these other guys, and now that I chat with on a daily basis, like through WhatsApp or whatever, 3 or 4 guys that were constantly like talking about watches. It's our escape, and these are other guys that I rely on. Then the community that a guy like Random Rob has created, and with all the other people, YouTube creators, as well as, and most of them are not YouTube creators. So that community, right? And then the comments, the emails I get from people who are subscribers, the people who send in their watches, they trust me.
Incredible. I can't believe it, Bobby. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
I mean, we're both sin lovers. We're both sinners, to call us.
Oh yeah.
And I had a guy, Chris. He was a subscriber and a follower on Instagram. He sent me that £1,000 watch to me for review. And this is when I had 500, not even 500 subscribers, and it was like, oh my God. And the wife was saying, he's what? How much is it? He's done what? And I was just thinking, he's done. And I obviously sent it back to him, and it was in one piece. But then I thought, oh my God. I mean, some people are amazing. But Tennessee Mike, here he is. He's in the house.
It's been a godsend, right? I mean, like probably one of the toughest years that I've ever experienced this last year because of what's going on, right? Go in there, the family, and being with the family all the time, right? Even while I'm working, you know what I mean? It's crazy, and this could not have happened. This hobby, this channel, and what has come from that channel could not have happened at a better time in my life,
Absolutely.
So
I don't think I would have done. I would have jumped off the diving board and started, Bobby, myself if it hadn't been for lockdown. I've got to admit that. And so I've got to. I don't want to say I've got to be thankful, because that's horrible to say on a
but we understand
pandemic. But
No, we get you, man. I mean, like,
Cool.
absolutely. Thanks, Joe, for subscribing. Appreciate it. I caught your guys' stream last night. Very, very fun. Um, so yeah, so now, but you've taken it to a different level, in my opinion. Like, it's just not like when I do my reviews, you see my ugly hands, and you see me holding up on right, right, right. Me, sometimes you might see my face. Sometimes I'll have a graphic, but you provide entertainment, man. I mean, like, not only are you doing quality reviews, you've taken up another notch where you are actually entertaining people. And I think, look, your subscriber count, I mean, like, within the last year, I mean, like, you're close to like 1,800 subscribers, and it's going to go, it's going to be like a hockey stick. It's just going to go like that for you,
Oh,
I think.
man.
And
Oh,
it's because
man.
you're providing a service, man. And but I know it's funny, but it's true, man. You're providing a service, an entertaining service, a way for people when they're at night, at home at night, and they need something. They need something, right? And
I
when I
know.
need something, I could see your review. And but I don't think. I mean, have you had experience producing or editing? Because, man, it looks like you've been doing this for a while.
Oh, well, thank you very much for those words, mate. I've edited music videos before,
Hmm.
so songs that I've written, and then I've done music videos. So I sort of knew my way around editing, and I've done amateur dramatics, and obviously I've sang in front of crowds before and things, and I feel quite comfortable when I'm behind the camera, and I've always wanted to do like a sketch show, I always thought that I could do a sketch show and things like that.
Yeah.
And I have never done sort of production or editing. I've literally winged it every episode. What I've tried to do is every episode to try and improve one thing, or to try and get better at one thing, or to try and make the next one. You're only as good as your last show. Blue shirt, but appreciate that, my fella. But you're only as good as your last show. That's always been my mantra, because that was my thought when I was writing songs. When I'm a songwriter, I'm only as good as the last song I've written.
Yeah.
And I feel that with the shows. What I've said before, Bobby, is I want someone to watch a show and just be taken away. I want someone to be taken away from the world at the minute, and let's have a bit of fun with watches. And yes, you might not like. Oh, thank you, man. You might not like the watch that I'm reviewing, but you can. But I can still entertain you. We can still have a chat about it, and you can still find some sort of knowledge out there, and yeah. So I love it. I absolutely love it. The one thing I would say, Bobby, as well, that I've had messages from people in A&E units at hospitals in England, just saying, that are working as nurses and that have 12, 14, 15-hour shifts, and saying, without your shows, I don't know if I could have
Wow.
got through days. And
Holy man.
that sort of thing, it does bring me to tears a little bit,
Yeah.
that's happened, and I've managed to become sort of something that I never thought I would have done, but yeah. Well, listen, I haven't got my guitar on me, Bobby. I haven't got my guitar. Ah, what a shame! I ain't got to get a cappella. La la la. No a cappella. Random Rob, if you go on YouTube or Spotify and you type in Martha's Man, that's my handle. But yeah, I don't want to talk about my music that much, Bobby. Don't
No
want to talk
problem.
about it. But
Yeah. So now there's another part of, like, creating, right? And we're both in the kind of same similar situation where we have kids, and there's times, man, like, man, I don't have the time, but I want to create. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so I went through a phase a couple months ago where I was trying to put out a video every day, and just to see how that would
Oh,
go.
that is a
That's
grind.
brutal. Yeah, that
Yeah.
it is a grind, even though, like,
Yeah.
half of them were like unboxings, and it was great and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it got to a point, like, last year and early this year, where I was like thinking to myself, man, this is not. I want this to be fun, and it's not. And it's not being fun. And I talked to a couple guys about it who are also creators, and so I'm trying to bring back having fun. And look, at the end of the day, this is all fun, right? I mean, it is all fun.
Yeah.
So instead of being at a level 8 or 9, it was getting down to like 5 or 6, right? And
Yeah.
and so like I've made that decision that okay, I'm going to slow it up. I'm not going to release every day. I'm going to focus on stuff that I like, because I want to review stuff that I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to
Definitely.
be negative. I
No. No.
don't
No.
want
No.
to. I want to be positive and give you the facts and
Yeah.
give you an honest opinion. I don't want to lead you astray in thinking that I like something that
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
How do you
Definitely.
manage your time? Like, I mean, do you set like a couple of days a week? Do you? Yeah, I'm just interested in that dynamic because I'm going
Yeah.
through it, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the minute, as it's lockdown, I'm not working at the minute, so that's given me a lot of time in the day. I say it's given me a lot of time. The daughter, my daughter, she's 3. She goes to nursery or preschool on a Monday and a Wednesday, and the Mondays I usually shoot the videos. And Wednesday and Mondays I usually do some editing, and Wednesdays I usually do editing. So I do, and also in the night times as well. I let the wife watch what she wants to on the telly, and
Yeah,
that's one of the caveats.
Mhm.
That's one of the bonuses. This is absolutely true from Average Joe. Must be fun. Number 2 rule. Absolutely. The one thing I will say to you, Talking Watches, what a name. The one thing I would say to you, Bobby, is you got a guy from England that loves your channel. You know, this is the thing. You don't realize how many people actually watch your shows and appreciate what you do. I think you're a fantastic, softly spoken American with a genuine trusting manner, and I was hooked on to your channel, my friend. And you know, you changing what you're doing, you know, you don't need to change. I know what you mean about trying to be entertaining, but yes, you do what, if you don't do what you like, then there's no point doing it, because you're gonna get bogged down with a lot of rubbish. The thing that I've already finding, Bobby, I don't know if you are, there's a lot of microbrands, and there's a lot of people
Yeah,
emailing me saying, can we
yeah,
send you watches? Can we send you
yeah,
watches? I I have chose not to take some watches on,
yeah,
because, you know, and this is, you can keep the watch if you do a review and all this type of thing, and I'm thinking, but I don't really want, you know, I don't really want to review it. You know, I respect what you've done, because I know how blooming hard it is to create a watch and to manufacture your own watch and things like that. I've had big brands, rubbish, horrible fashiony brands, contact me and things, and I definitely would not want to do a review unless I loved, or I really liked what I was talking about,
yeah,
or it had some entertaining effect on, you know what I mean? I take a example like a Vostok Amphibia. I'm not a huge fan of them. I appreciate what they are, and they're proper, this old school Russian engineering with a bezel that doesn't click. Bobby, what's going on there? And a crown that you unscrew and it looks like feels like it's going to fall off. Um, but I love the community of Vostok lovers, and I love how passionate some people are. So I'd like to take a Komandurski in, and I'll have another Vostok in, because I think it's beneficial, and stuff like that, you know. But you're absolutely right. If you don't enjoy what you're reviewing, it's going to come across. It's going to come across on your show, and your energy levels go down, and you know.
absolutely. I mean, I've had a couple reviews, um, not recently, but like, in the last like maybe 3 or 4 months, where like, my buddy would be like, "Wow, man, that was just low energy, man. You must not." And
Nice to
it's
speak to you. You take
yeah,
care.
yeah, no, I appreciate the feedback, but um, but there is, look, I mean, in regards to I've been approached by microbrands as well, and I don't want to accept anything from them to do the review, but at the same, I feel like So like I don't want to do things that I don't want to do, right? I want to
Yeah.
do things that make me happy. But I feel like I have a responsibility in the sense that a brand or a micro brand who's trying to make a name for themselves, like who am I to like say no, I can't have you, but I can have you
Yeah.
on, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. I
and
see.
who am
Yeah.
I, to
I
say
know.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a little old me.
Absolutely.
So there are times when
You're absolutely right, and that's the thing with microbrands. It's such a personal thing. It's like, it's almost like someone having your daughter for a day and saying, "I don't like her. I don't like her personality. I don't like what she eats. I don't like her manner." And then, oh, that's bad, isn't it? I mean, but listen, honesty. It's all about honesty, isn't it? Yeah, it
yeah,
is all about honesty. And if I
yeah,
feel like your show, if I feel like I'm giving a benefit to my viewers, then I see the positives in doing that,
right, right.
So
And I often worry about, though, if like my um enthusiasm for something, I don't want to come off as fake, right? I mean,
no.
there's certain personalities out there, and it's not just watch related YouTube or creators, but like, just across all spectrums of entertainment that come
Yeah.
off like not genuine and fake, and that's what I want to do, and that's why I struggle. So it's not only do I have the obsession with watches in general, right? I grieve, I struggle, I torment myself about what I'm producing, not necessarily in a bad way, but I just want to make something that somebody can appreciate, not necessarily for self gratification purposes, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to make people happy in that sense. Like I want to, forget
Yeah.
about what your horrible day today was, and oh,
Yeah.
you're obsessed with watches too. Here, take a look at my review of this watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
I think I'm coming from a good place, but it's a real struggle, and it's it affects like a lot of things in my life, man. I mean, like I can't help it. I just, it is what it is. I just want to be a good guy. I just,
Yeah, yeah. I know. I was saying it off air. How
yeah,
much I really liked your show you did on the hard truths about the watch collecting and the obsessive maybe behaviors that we have. Particularly
well,
with
are
watch
you
collecting.
obsessed? Are
Um,
you obsessed?
I I don't see myself as obsessed. I don't. I don't. I love it if I can afford it and I save for something, then I'll get it. I will. Obsess. I will only for something on YouTube. I'll look at reviews when I'm that close to buying it, Bobby.
Hmm. Hmm.
If I'm not close to buying a new watch, I will just leave it. It'll be there. The shows will be there. I'm really want to get my Seiko SPB 143. Miguel at SoCal Watch Reviews has got one, and he shows his off all the time, and it really hurts me a little bit. But I haven't really looked into any other reviews. Um, because I want to be excited for it. So it's
Hmm.
coming, it's coming. When I buy a watch, I don't have the right. What's the next one? Where are we going now?
Yeah.
I don't do that, and I can sort of click off straight away to something else.
Yeah.
That's not to say I wouldn't want 10 more watches. That's
Yeah.
not to say I wouldn't. It's just to say I think I can manage it. I think I'm manageable.
Yeah.
Seiko did.
I think, my obsession is not just about buying, right? My
Yeah,
obsession is just anything that like I'm at any moment consuming watch content, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a
yeah,
conversation I'm having with a friend about a
yeah,
watch. Check out my new Sailcloth Strath on my IWC. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
show me
yeah,
more, please, sir.
yeah,
Um, or if it's just like Hodinkee or whatever. It's just like it's getting to a point like, so like, my wife works at night. she tutors on the couch. I stay quietly next to her, and I'll have the TV on mute, and I'm watching a YouTube, somebody on YouTube, and then I'm on the
Yeah.
phone,
Mad watch
looking.
collector, obviously, Bobby. You're obviously
Obviously,
looking at
yes.
mad,
Anytime,
mad catalog. Yeah.
yeah, and then I'm just like, doing this with the phone, like
Oh
looking,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah, and then I'm
yeah.
looking at TV. So that's where my obsession is, and so like sometimes, like I try my best not to pick up the phone when the kids are up,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yeah.
I do. I have to
Yeah.
admit it to
Yeah.
myself. I
Yeah.
do. And so,
Yeah.
like, it's something that I'm also struggling with too. So I'm also struggling with that as well. So, and I know I'm not alone, but this is therapeutic. This is I'm having this stream with you on and everybody on here. It's not for you guys. This is for me.
Listen, yeah, I mean, we I do the same thing. What I do is I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
That's lovely. I watch a lot of YouTube. I do it for research as well. It's like, what are they doing? How are they doing the macro shots? How are they filming the watch?
Yeah.
What are they
Yeah.
saying about it? Because
Yeah.
I like to hear. So the last watch I did was the Bremont broadsword. I reviewed that watch, and I watched 3 or 4 reviews just to get a feeling of what
Mhm.
they were saying. And I really do like that. But my YouTube's, I do love a bath, Bobby. That's the first time I've admitted it on YouTube. And I prop up my phone at the end of the bath, and
I'm
I'll
gonna
watch
do
my
that.
YouTube there.
I'm gonna do it.
I'll watch my YouTube. Yeah, I'm always very close. It's always very close to that iPhone going in the water. But for the sake of watching another YouTube review, it's worth it.
Yeah. Awesome. So, guys in the chat, I'm sorry earlier I didn't say, I'd love to know what you guys are wearing, watch wise, what you're wearing watch wise, and and if you have any questions for Russell and I, please feel free, throw them in the chat. Russell, okay, so I promised you that we would play a little game, and it's called Yay or Nay. It's going to be mostly watch related topics. Oh, I'm going to try to throw a little curveball.
Love it. I love it.
Oh, wait, but one up. You're not the only one. So let's see. I'm still really bad at StreamYard here, so just bear with me. We're going to play a game called Yay or Nay. So I'm going to throw up an image, a watch, or whatnot, and I'm going to let you know what it is, and then you just tell me yay or nay if you like it or if you don't. Okay, so
First one's an Invicta, is it? Let's go.
no. So recent release this week. Now I know you've handled a Daytona on your channel, right?
Yes.
But this is a release that came out this week. It's started more of a buzz than I think anybody anticipated, because of, at first brush, it does kind of remind you a little bit of a Daytona, especially because of that black ceramic bezel. What do you think? Yay or nay on Zenith's new release?
What do you have a picture of the El Primero? It doesn't have. Doesn't have a bezel, does it? What does the
No, it
original?
doesn't. It doesn't. Damn you, Russ! I don't have all these pictures that you want.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Well, yeah. I mean, from first view, it's a Daytona bezel around the outside. I do love the El Primero. I love the color scheme. I do love the colors. Of course, the El Primero, the movement inside was what the Daytonas had in them. So you can't say they're copying in that sort of form, but I do love it. I do love it. How much is it, Bobby? How much is this bad boy?
Well, US, it's MSRPing at 10,000, but we know Zenith, you can get some sort of discount. I don't know if you're going to get a discount initially off this one as a first, unless you have some connections. But I would imagine that eventually you'll see 20-25% off.
Yeah, I mean, the look of it's very nice. I really like the look. I'm not a fan. I'm not a massive fan of a date in my Tudor Black Bay 3-hander. I'm not a massive date, but it's tastefully done. It's a very nice looking watch. I mean, if you had it on wrist, it would pop. It would look beautiful, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, and the similarities in case diameter and lug to lug is very much like a Daytona. We're looking at a 40 millimeter or was it 41? I forget on the Zenith, and then the lugs are only 46 and a half, so 47.
Yeah,
So
they're short. They are short lugs, aren't they?
yeah,
I
so
mean,
that's a
that's
sweet
going to
spot.
fit. That is going to fit me beautifully,
Yeah,
Bobby. That one. I will say
absolutely.
yay. I will
Okay.
say yay.
I also say yay. Um, Now, so we have here, Tourneau came out with well, this is not a new release per se, but it's a new release in the United States. The Bucherer bronze
Mm.
Tudor. This is a two-parter. Bronze watches on a whole, yay or nay for you?
Well, I've just reviewed that Bremont broadsword. I had it. I didn't have it brand new. I had it. I don't know how old it was, but it had already patinaed, and it was, quite dull looking. But I do love. I love having a brass watch if it wasn't an expensive one, Bobby,
Mm.
because I would.
Mhm.
So if it's under, when I say expensive, anything over £100 really is expensive. But um, yeah, if I had a 100 to 200 brass mechanical watch, I would love to see how it patinas, and it patinas with me, and I love that patination that it does. If I spend in a lot of money on a luxury watch brass, I'm not sure I would go for it.
Yeah,
I would sooner get a brass watch that's sort of cheaper, a more affordable level.
yeah.
That's the way I would think about it.
I think I'm with you. I almost got caught up with that. The breast watch craze that was going on maybe a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't. I thinking about it. I mean, even though I like this Tudor and it is a little bit bigger actually than the regular Black Bay. This is
Yeah.
a 43 dimension. So that
Is
would be
it 43?
this is a 43.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So that would
Holy
be
moly.
automatically a nay for me. But brass watches in general, I think I would have to have a bigger collection in order to bring a brass watch in because I
Yeah.
know I wouldn't be wearing it.
It's
You know
a
what I mean?
tick the box watch, isn't it,
Yeah.
Bobby?
Tick the
Tick
watch
the
box,
what?
but then a flip. I would probably flip.
Yeah, and the thing is, you wouldn't flip it looking like that. You'd
No,
flip
of
it
course not. Right.
looking very dull, unless you look up on YouTube how to put lemon juice on it or something to
Yeah, or
revive
crack
it.
an egg.
And I'd hate to be, squeezing a lemon on a Tudor that cost me 3 grand. You know what I mean, Bobby?
Yeah. So it sounds like nasal around on that one. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go for the next one. So this popped up on my Instagram the other day, and Hamilton is issuing the khaki field now with a bracelet. So for
Do you
me,
like that bracelet? Yeah.
though, I think this is probably in competition because of Seiko's release of the newer Alpinist, and that also
Yeah.
coming on a bracelet. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm having a hard time with this because for me, the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical is a NATO watch, right? I mean, like,
Yeah. Saying that, I've got mine on a suede. I've got mine on a
yeah,
brown suede
okay,
strap.
so that
But
works for me
yeah,
too. But on a
yeah.
bracelet, it doesn't feel like a bracelet
No.
watch to me.
Also, Bobby, the lugs are really long on that
Oh, yeah.
watch,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know
That's right.
how that's going to look. That's a lot of metal showing the face, on the face of your wrist. I think. I mean,
Yeah,
it even
absolutely.
protrudes. It protrudes. That end link comes out from the
Yeah.
lug. So God knows how long that end link is. But it's a very metal looking piece of timepiece there, isn't it?
Yeah,
With that.
absolutely. I appreciate Hamilton doing this. I just
Yeah.
don't know if it's something that, put it this way, it's not for me.
I mean, I got to say, the mechanical, probably one of the best crowns and action. When you're twisting that bad boy, it's a beautiful feeling.
It
That watch,
is.
Bobby.
It is. I had one in my collection. I let it go, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with doing
Nah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
all
I'm
right.
o- I'm okay with it. I
Well,
mean, like,
you can get one. You can get
I
one
know,
again further
I
down
know.
the line.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay, Meghan Markle. Yay or nay?
Wow, wow. I mean, I'm not massively. I mean, obviously, I'm English, and it's all the old the monarchy and things. And I didn't watch the royal wedding of this. Um, I don't know too much about her, Bobby.
All
I
right.
don't know if you know more about her than I do. I know she's got a strained relationship with family,
Yeah.
to say the least. I think, and the fact that poor old. Harry and her left their duties and went off. I don't know what that says about them, but I haven't got much to say about her. She's got a lovely
Okay.
smile, Bobby, hasn't she? She's got a lovely
Okay.
smile. What's your thoughts on her straight away?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, earlier you were saying how you sit down and you let the basically watch whatever the wife wants to watch. So we're watching Fringe, and she appeared in a couple of
Oh yeah,
episodes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Good
okay, so
acting.
good
She a good
acting.
actor,
Yeah, I
Bobby.
mean, I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. She's a
lovely.
good actress. Nice smile.
Good,
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, maybe this one's a tie.
lovely.
Okay, let's move on. German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
Well, I mean, like all head, we say head, purely just a puppet and a bit of a moany looking one. But I haven't got much to say too much. I don't know too much about German politics. She's a strong-minded woman. I can see that, and uh, I would put her in the middle again, Bobby. I don't know who with, but I'd put her in the middle. What about you?
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, she's definitely a strong leader, and
Definitely.
I could appreciate. So we've had Marco, we had Merkel. Let's move on. How about Steve Urkel? Yay or
Now
nay?
listen. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know who this is, Bobby. This
You
is
don't know who
bad,
Steve
isn't it?
Urkel? Okay.
No, I don't, Bobby. Can you tell me
So
what he was
so
in?
there was a TV show in the States, and Family Matters, and Steve Urkel was kind of a nerdy character on the show, and he kind of was part
Um,
of America's pop culture for a while. So I
was
did
it was
really,
it was it was it Different Strokes era? Was it
no, it came a little bit after different shows.
Cosby's era? Was it?
Yeah, it might have been in
Yeah,
the Cosby.
yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Enough with the chicanery.
He's got
Let's move
no.
on.
He doesn't look like he's got a watch on, Bobby. I don't like him. See you
Yeah.
later. Bye
All
bye.
right. Former
Um,
Duchess of York, Fergie.
Fergie, she got out nice and early. I'll say a gay on her. See you later.
Okay.
She got out early.
Black Eyed Peas, Fergie.
Yes, well, yes. Lovely. A lovely casual outfit for just going down the mall. I can't see a watch on her right wrist, but that's probably because she's right-handed, Bobby, and it's probably on the left wrist. So it's probably a G-Shock as well. I'm going to say yay, yay, yay.
Okay.
Fair play to her.
And finally, Ernie.
I do love Sesame Street and I do love Ernie. I feel sorry for Bert sometimes, but I do love this man. I love his jumper and I would like that jumper for myself. What's your thoughts?
Ernie's great. He's got the rubber ducky. He's got the song. It's
Exactly.
just, he's for me. Well, so that's the end of the game. Yay or nay? I don't know how well that landed, but we tried new things here at the Bobby Leg
I
Show.
like it. I liked it. I liked it, mate. Just to let you know, I did not have a single clue of what was coming up, and I did my best there, Bobby, didn't I?
Yeah, you certainly did. Well, Russell, we're coming up on an hour, and I just want to thank you so much, for coming on
No, it's a pleasure,
the
Bobby.
show, and I know it's evening time over there for you, and is there anything you want to? I know you have something upcoming tomorrow. You have a live stream. Do you want to plug
I've
that
got
real quick?
I've got an awesome live stream with the one and only Average Joe Watch Reviews. He'd be on this. He'll be on that tomorrow from I think it's 5 o'clock GMT, which is 12 o'clock Philadelphia time, which will be 12 o'clock your time, Bobby.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
we're in
Would
the
it
same
be?
time zone. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
north.
same
I'm just
time
north
zone,
of
isn't it?
Philadelphia. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So that I've got that. I'm on a great little podcast with Miguel at SoCal Watch Reviews, and that'd be really good. I congratulate you on now being back again on the SKX club. You're back
Yeah,
in, Bobby.
yeah,
So
I am.
that's nice, isn't it?
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
that's good. And I also want to congratulate you on your new SIN you got.
Yes, yes, thank you.
The UTC, what is it? The
857.
857. Yeah, very nice. Very nice looking watch. I love my SIN 104.
Classic.
I know that we've got a connection wanting the U50. That's
Yep,
definitely a watch is on my
it's on order.
radar.
It's on order.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Speaking of
definitely a
which, okay,
watch.
before I let you go, anything coming up for you, watch wise? Do you have anything
Um,
you set your eyes on?
No, not really. Like I said, the SPD 143
Mhm.
is
Right.
basically the Seiko 62 mass reissue watch. I absolutely love that
It's a
watch.
beautiful watch. Absolutely.
It's awesome. 39 millimeters. It's just a perfect 47. The 39-47 is my sweet spot, Bobby. Really is,
Yeah,
and I love
mine
all
too.
that. I love all that. I've got a lot of watches coming to me. People sending them left, right, and centre for me
I
to
know.
review, and so I'm looking forward to doing some of them. I've got the great Casio DBC 162 or something. It's a calculator watch, but it's
Yeah.
the metally one, the one that looks a little bit like a DeLorean color. I love that. So yeah, there's loads coming up, Bobby. Loads.
Awesome, guys. Please follow also Russell on Instagram. I have the link to your channel below, but I'll put your Instagram here if you just want to shout out your
Thank
Instagram
you,
real
Bobby.
quick. Um,
Yes, it's MWC 2020.
Excellent.
But no, thank you very
And
much.
thank you all in the chat for coming today or tonight, wherever you guys are. Again,
Much
Russell, thank you
appreciated.
so much. Hopefully we can reconnect on the
Yeah.
stream one of these days again.
Yeah. You
Love
get on
doing this.
mine. Get on mine, Bobby.
I'll get on yours, man,
Get on mine, my
and
friend.
have a good
It'll
evening,
be
folks.
it'll be June and that tree will be still there, but
It's-
slightly bent. Slightly bent.
no, we haven't had to give this thing water for about a month.
Oh, that's
So this water,
unbelievable, isn't it?
even the cats go and drink. There's still
Wow.
the cats drink the water. There's still water. Don't know. Maybe it's
And
cat
the
water. I don't know.
yeah, and the in the evening, Bobby, the lights still go on. The lights
Oh
still
yeah.
go on, Bobby.
Oh yeah. And
Oh,
then we have these candles here. I don't know if you could see the candles, but we have the candles
oh
coming on at night. Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's a
I
winter
love it.
wonderland.
Bobby, what does that look onto over there? Is that
So
sorry there?
okay. So this is my. So we
I don't
have.
want to give away too much,
No, no,
Bobby.
no. That's actually a fence, and our neighbors are over here, and then there's a chicken coop over here.
Lovely, lovely.
I mean, our neighbors are great, awesome people. On this side, there's just nobody for a
Yeah.
good couple of acres, and then up the hill over here, there's like
No, but
nobody.
there'd be no. There's a reason for that though, Bobby, because they've all found out that you're into knives now, mate. That's the way.
No, no, no.
Stay
Here,
clear.
no, no. That's tame around
He's
here.
etched stuff in the trees, you
No,
know.
there's
Do
people
not
around here with
enter.
guns and rifles, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I need a knife for protection around here.
Yeah. Well, I do have a loaded Nerf gun in the conservatory just in case.
That's
You know.
perfect. I mean, the bears come up to our porch here, so I'll
Oh
just use this
my
for now.
gosh, that is incredible! Wow, we've got we have got one cat that poos in our front drive. That is it. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
incredible stuff,
No,
Bobby.
isn't that good luck in England? Don't the English people say that's good
I
luck?
don't not if it continually shites on the same patch, even though you're spraying it with lemon and you're doing all sorts of stuff, putting a dustbin, you know, what do they call it in America, right? A trash
Yeah,
can
trash can. Yeah, yeah.
on the spot, you know, for him just to poo just a little couple of centimeters to the side. But it's all good, isn't it, Bobby? It's all fun.
It's all good. Cat poop on the driveway and the lawn. It's all good, man. It's all good. Russell, thanks again, man. Everybody,
That's a
have a good
pleasure.
night. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
joining, everyone.